Good morning, everyone. We begin with something you'll see only in Newsday. Feeling the squeeze, the cost of living crisis on Long Island. A daycare owner says with the price of everything going up, she can't afford to give herself a paycheck. Macy Egland reports.
It's an amazing field. I love what I do every day.
Jana Rodriguez has been working in childcare in Nassau County for 8 years. She's the owner of Innovative Daycare in Freeport and says demand is extremely high.
I actually get about 2 to 3 phone calls throughout the day, every day, including on the weekends.
She's already at max capacity, 18 students, a limit set by the Office of Children and Family Services. Almost all of the families she serves are part of the Child Care Assistance Plan, meaning their combined household income, just under $84,000 for a family of 4, qualifies them for free child care.
What used to be middle-class families, you know what I mean, maybe 3-4 years ago, making $80,000 are now considered, low income, especially on Long Island.
Rodriguez has been operating her daycare out of her home here in Freeport for 4 years now. And she says with the price of everything going up over the years, sometimes she can't even afford to give herself a paycheck.
As a provider, I'm making about $6 an hour. My staff are making minimum wage because that's the most that I can pay.
Rodriguez says once the operating costs are covered, including paying her 2 full-time employees, payroll tax, liability insurance, and buying groceries for the kids' meals, there isn't much left.
And it's disheartening, and especially for a field that's as compassionate and loving and dedicated and critical to a thriving economy.
It's a similar struggle for the families she serves, some forced to choose between working full-time and childcare. Governor Kathy Hochul has raised the maximum income level to allow more families to qualify for the Child Care Assistance Plan, but they still face sky-high rent. Rodriguez says hers is going up in July, forcing her to add a weekly fee of $10 to $15 per child to her already cash-strapped parents.
All my parents understood and respect the work that I do and respect me enough to say, you've never charged us for anything, so we can't, allow for you to go out of business. I don't think there is any amount of money that could be paid to me for me to turn my back on them, I just love what I do.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Egland.
Read more about the cost of living crisis on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Coming up on Monday.
It's like, who wants to be 32 coming back home to their parents' house? Yeah, a lot of us do it, but no one actually wants to do that.
She has a full-time job, but still can't afford a place on her own. The struggles she faces, and so many young Long Islanders are looking for that independence. The heat wave continues, another hot and humid day on the island with real field temperatures in the triple digits. Long Islanders are urged to limit strenuous outdoor activities. Many are beating the heat at beaches and town pools, which have extended hours.
It's nice that the community has an outlet for our young people, adults to come in, cool off during this heat wave.
For cooling center locations and tips to keep cool, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Update now on the Gilgo killings investigation. Rex Heuermann's family is back at their Massapequa Park home. Heuermann's son was seen talking to police yesterday. His wife, who filed for divorce, and his daughter were also there. It comes after investigators spent nearly 2 weeks searching the property. Heuermann pleaded not guilty to killing 3 women found near Gilgo Beach. He is due back in court on Tuesday. Newsday's team of journalists is working to bring you the latest on the Gilgo investigation. Read the breaking developments on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. The minimum wage is going up in our state. Steve Langford has a look at what it means for Long Island businesses. It's a story you'll see only in Newsday.
As Bill Zalakar surveys a field of hydrangeas at Kurt Weiss Greenhouses in Center Moriches, where he's general manager, the financial future of the business, he says, does not look as lush as the fields of plants here.
If Home Depot or Costco or BJ's or whoever the customer may be can get the product cheaper from out of state, they're going to buy it from out of state instead of from us here in New York.
Payroll is the biggest expense here, Zalakar says, and a series of increases in New York State's minimum wage has this wholesale flower and plant business wondering if it can survive here with up to 275 employees during peak season.
It's hard to compete.
Minimum wage on Long Island is currently $15 an hour. Next year, it will go up to $16 an hour, then increase by 50 cents in 2025 and 2026. And starting in 2027, the minimum wage in New York will rise each year, depending on any increases in the Consumer Price Index.
The Weiss family is looking closely at, what changes can we make? After 5 generations, they don't want to leave New York.
And what some business people have said to me is they're not opposed. No one I interviewed said that they are opposed to paying their employees a livable wage.
Newsday business reporter James Medore says it's the rate of increase in the minimum wage on Long Island that has employers scrambling to keep up since, as recently as 2016, the minimum wage here was $10 an hour.
Every single year from 2016 to 2021, we saw an increase of $1 in the minimum wage on Long Island. And now we're going to see another $1 increase, and then 50 cents and 50 cents, and then it will start the indexing process.
A group of Long Island employers actually signed a petition calling on the legislature to raise the minimum wage to $21.25.
In my opinion, New York's minimum wage needs to be raised because it's simply too low. It's not a living wage that allows people to survive and pay their bills.
Dylan Skolnick, co-director of the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington, signed that petition.
We are never really able to get the quality of employee that we want if we pay minimum wage.
An economic philosophy that adds a new meaning to the term concession stand. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Read more on Long Island's minimum wage on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Overtime at the MTA is surging. It was up $200 million last year. The agency spent $1.3 billion in 2022, the highest overtime bill since 2018, according to a new report. The last time it was this high, fraud investigations led to the convictions of 5 current or former LIRR employees for lying about work hours. Former President Donald Trump firing back against new charges in the classified documents case. An updated indictment was handed down yesterday. Prosecutors say Trump asked a staffer to delete camera footage at his Florida estate to obstruct the federal investigation into his possession of classified documents. Trump claims all the charges against him are politically motivated.
This is planned election interference of the highest magnitude and used to only happen in third world countries.
This all comes as grand jury weighs an indictment in a separate case related to the 2020 election. We'll keep you updated. COVID hospitalizations on Long Island are on the rise. While nowhere near what they were at the height of the pandemic, coronavirus hospitalizations have almost doubled in the past 3 weeks to 130. The 7-day rolling positivity rate in Nassau and Suffolk is nearly 9%, double what it was in May. A new warning about ticks today. A meat allergy linked to the bites is on the rise. The CDC says about 500,000 Americans may be living with alpha-Gal syndrome. Many cases are going undiagnosed. Researchers say Lone Star ticks, which carry the disease, are expanding their range, likely due to climate change. Long Islanders remembering one of the founding members of the Eagles, Randy Meisner. His signature ballad was Take It to the Limit. The band announced his death from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease on its website. Meisner was 77 years old. Lottery fever again, sweeping the island again with another jumbo lottery jackpot is up for grabs tonight. You could be a winner. Tonight's Mega Million jackpot is an estimated $910 million. It comes a week after a California player won a Powerball jackpot worth over $1 billion. Good luck, everyone. To your sizzling Friday forecast, here's a look at Main Beach and East Hampton. Mostly sunny, hot and humid today. Make sure you drink plenty of water. A heat advisory is in effect for the island until tomorrow. Partly cloudy today, highs around 88 degrees, and will most likely remain in the 80s throughout the night. Tomorrow, though, you got to pay attention to the forecast. Scattered thunderstorms, and we hit near 90 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. Rain moves in overnight. We can expect on and off storms, but we should dry out by Sunday, and also the heat wave will end. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by the Canine Center.
T-Rex and dozens of other dinosaurs coming to life right here on Long Island. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Get ready for a dinosaur adventure. Here's your first look at Lumino City's Dino Safari. Walk through a whimsical tunnel into a prehistoric wonderland on the Walt Whitman Shop's grounds in Huntington. There are more than 30 dinosaurs on site, both lantern and lifelike. He's the tallest. Wow, 70 feet tall. Watch them move and hear them roar. What was that? You like being here on Long Island? Me too. There are interactive elements, and there are plenty of photo ops. Plus, there's a lot to learn.
It's definitely an educational piece, and behind me it's a prehistorical animal section that we just add in. So we really wanted to have children understand, like 100 million years ago, what animal exists, and a lot of those animals are real size.
Kids can even ride a dinosaur at the Dinosaur Speedway Adventure. Jump on their big bounce pad and take a tour on the Caterpillar Express. You could come during the day or enjoy the lights at night. The lanterns lit up are just so beautiful. There's so much to see. They're here every day through September 4th. For Newsday TV, Elisa DiStefano.
Really cool. For more on the outdoor dinosaur safari, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Trendy new tropical desserts being served up on the East End. Andy Berlin takes us and gives us a look on today's Feed Me TV.
Welcome to the wild, icy world of granizados.
Ooh, spicy. A little limey, a little chicken brothy. That is so good.
Victoria's Helado in Riverhead is one of the first shops to bring this treat to the island. It's owned by the Espinosa family, Marlene, Henry, Victoria, Christopher, and Cristobal.
Originalmente somos de Guatemala, de un lugar que se llama Malacatán, San Marcos.
This is the traditional Guatemalan granizado, right? This is
Correct.
how they eat it in Guatemala. And it just has that pepita, that powder of the pumpkin seed with lime and chili and tahini. It's like nutty and spicy and really tangy with the lime. Snack shops like these don't follow traditional rules of dessert. They mix sweet and savory concoctions in one drink, like the Levanta Muerto, which has corn chips in it.
I don't know why it's working, but it's working. It's like really cold, but then you get the crunchy corn chip kind of nut flavor.
Or the popular mangonada, which has a pickled fruit sauce called chamoy and tahini chili spice.
It just tastes like really fresh and fruity.
Or maybe you go beach vibes with a piña loca. During my travels in Mexico, I've been to a lot of snow cone shops, but this really impressed me with the fresh fruits and the attention to detail. And plus, this family is just so cute.
That is a piña loca.
And this is Andy Berlin for Newsday TV.
Wow.
Everything looks amazing. Sweet and savory is always good, right? For more on the drinks, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Friday. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.